Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to Infinite RP and episode 13 of the Lost City of Vedranis. Hope you're all doing well. It's so good to see you. Let's get right into it. Let's see how the cast has been doing. We are without the lovely Justin. He is in chat, but spoiler alert, Vodder's dead. Anyway, Isla, how has your week been?
Oh, poor for anybody that jumps in on the VOD later on. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's been okay. Yeah, it's been okay. It's been pretty good. Well, I say pretty good. It's been pretty average. Actually, been waiting for Thursday to roll around. Yeah, not much has really happened, but we're good. Oh, I thought I was muted for a minute. Panic over. We're good. Yeah, no, really not much to report, to be honest. So
just life.
I bought a new video game.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, money. Poor wallet. Yeah. Money.
Yeah. Spending money.
I bought some Planet Zoo DLC and haven't touched it since yesterday. I was like,
Zoo.
oh, I want to play Planet Zoo. I'm gonna buy this pack, and I just didn't even play Planet Zoo.
Is on my wish list.
I have that game, and I think I've played it all of twice.
It's actually really fun. Is the problem.
That's like me and City Skylines. I'm like, I will play City Skylines. I will learn how to manage traffic, and I never.
Yeah, I got it.
However, no, the new game that I just bought was The Ascent. It came out today. It's like Cyberpunk and Diablo had a child, and it's beefy.
Yeah, I was watching you play it earlier, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Check it out. If they want to sponsor us, great, but check it out.
Oh, it's a really small dev team. They're a bunch of veteran devs, but there's only like 12 of them. And they made a really good game. The sound design's fantastic, and everything. So check that out if you haven't. I don't earn commission. Just go have a good time. I might stream it tomorrow.
Do it.
But that comes at the end of the show. Rolling on. Who's next?
Rolling on. Derek, how's your week been?
Oh, my week has been dandy. It's been very busy, but getting back just to the swing of things. Started working out this week, trying to acclimate my body because I'm tackling 3 30-day challenges in August, and then I am tackling a lot of other fun stuff too. Got some cosplay in the mix. I'm making some tracer armor. I can't wait to delve deep in that.
Oh, bother, wait. I was pointing to Fen, but I pointed the wrong direction. This way.
But I cannot wait to go ahead and get started. So yeah, no, just I've been just staying busy and making a schedule and trying to stick to it. Like it's the first time I ever kind of like sat down and was like, this is what you're doing for a week. So I'm excited to go ahead and see what the future will hold. And honestly, I'm so excited to jump right into this game.
Hell yeah.
My body is so unconditioned for this right now.
So unconditioned, yet so ready somehow.
Indeed.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, Ray, how's your week been?
Hey, it's been great. I've just been kind of vibing, worked. I climbed a mountains the other day. That was really cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm really stoked to be back here. Trying not to cry, even though I'm probably going to be really sad. So we'll see how that goes. But no, I'm excited to see what happens today and forward.
A lot of interesting stuff happened last week. So,
and how?
Without any further ado, let us do a little bit of a recap and hop right in to the game. Last we left off, the party had just met Halifax, the Illithid. After some looking back and thinking, Vodder realized, as well as a few of you realized, that this Mind Flayer was a little bit different. He was what is known as an Alhoon, a undead Illithid that has sought out arcane knowledge, has been exiled from his colony, his hive, and is setting to look for lichdom, though cutting corners because lichdom takes quite a while to achieve. As you guys continue to get to know him and question him, trying to find the location of Dr. Karina Licht or her sarcophagus, the doctor who you're sent to find her laboratory, which contains a warp stone, which Sigismund, your quest giver, and Aarakocra, Doctor Cleric of the Kyrogen, has sent you on this quest. You guys learned of a great many things. You learned that these warp stones, these objects of power that you have seen a couple times, one of them being in the possession of Captain Kimura Thunderthorn, is in fact pieces or shards of an ancient primordial being. You also learn that there are other great old beings that have power over Vedranis. You learn that these lost gods, Valoon, for example, which Vodder worships, doesn't have much power, as people don't spread their word or their name as much as they used to. You wanted answers. Nock wanted to kind of figure out what was going on. And Halifax wanted a payment of sorts, which he decided was Calder Crane himself, calling him a Ramage, and that his blood runs deep within the city, and his people are to blame for what happened to the city. There was some debate within the group of what to do, Nock thinking to give Calder up, or at least his blood, for answers that he sought. Though the rest weren't quite sure, and soon Captain Kimura got in the face of Halifax, which seemingly maybe put him off a little bit. He answered your questions as Captain Kimura Thunderthorn gave him the small shard of warpstone that she had kept in her possession. Seemingly pleased with this, Halifax took you down deep within the mausoleum to the location of Dr. Karina Licht. Vodder was the first to approach and pushed open the sarcophagus of her final resting place, but was hit with a undead necrotic spell which made him collapse immediately, seemingly triggering some sort of trap or encounter in which zombies and skeletons started to rise from the various sarcophaguses in the room. Sarcophagi, even. I don't know the plural. In which combat...
Gus's. We all know it's Gus's.
Gus's.
Sarcophaguses.
Yes.
Deaths.
Anyway, combat ensued in which Halifax disappeared and sealed you within this chamber for you to continue to fight. All the while, Vodder lying on the ground, taking the brunt, the full force of this trap. And unfortunately, you weren't able to get to Vodder in time. Kimura tried to stabilize him, but was unable to figure out the cause of whatever happened. And unfortunately, Vodder left his last breath, leaving the four of you, including Calder, to continue this fight against these zombies and these skeletons. And that is where we're going to begin tonight. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a... What we see, I guess, is, as I change the music to a more fitting tone, we see Vodder in an area of darkness, some light with an unknown origin beaming down on him. Unknowing where he is or what is happening at this time, and the voice is calling out to him that they can give him a second life, that he can return to where he was as long as he started speaking their names. What we see is Vodder standing there, contemplating his answer as the voices say, "What is your answer?" You see Vodder's face, determined and defiant in this point in time. We see him mouth something, though we do not hear what it is that he says. And then the image fades into darkness. We are returned immediately to the fight at hand. Last we left off, Wisp had just taken a couple hits against these zombies. And we're going to get right back into it as one of these zombies turns, as one of them is trying to reach Calder. Is going to take a few steps and try to reach him, but he's just out of reach. He's going to make an attack, though it will be at disadvantage because he can only get Calder's feet at the moment. And Calder's not looking good. He's got some scrapes on his side. He's bleeding from the side of his face. So I'm going to make 2 rolls, which is an 11, which will miss Calder. So you can just see this zombie, and he's like reaching up, trying to grab Calder's feet as he's on top of this fountain that has no water on it. He's kind of like almost dancing in a way to try to avoid this this zombie. It is a skeleton's turn, and he is going to take a shot at Calder with his short bow, which is a 9, which is also going to miss. So as Calder's dancing, he also sees this skeleton knock an arrow and shoot, and he kind of ducks under it pretty dexterously. And the same with this zombie is going to approach Calder and try to attack, though it's a disadvantage. That's a 16, and that will hit his armor class. For 7 points of damage. You see as this zombie grabs a hold of Calder and he yanks him down, and he slams and hits his head against the side of the fountain, and he seems really dazed. There's blood trickling down the back of his head. Calder does not look good. He looks like he's on his last leg. This zombie that you've been trying to destroy and beat down, Wisp is going to make an attack at you. I believe you're at disadvantage still because you've got your cloak. You've got Lord Walden's cloak on you, so he's going to make an attack, and I believe it's a disadvantage because they've missed you. So that's a 7 to hit, so that will miss. It is Calder's turn. Calder is going to drink the health potion that Nock gave him so long ago, which I believe is 2d4 plus 4.
Take the damn potion.
Take the damn potion.
And it just rings through his head. He's like,
yeah. And he gains some HP back, and he kind of throws the health potion away, and it kind of breaks against the stone flooring. Nock, it is your turn.
all right. Nock, as he looks over his shoulder, as he saw what he's seen, he turns back to the battle at hand, and the first zombie that be heareth, the one in blue, I'm going to swing my axe at as my for my first attack. Let's see if we Let's see if we do some things. Where are you, bastard?
A 19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet.
13.
And that'll be plus some damage unless I kill him.
Yeah, you cut this thing, its head in half, and it like face plants into the ground. We're gonna see if it can survive.
Freaking undead.
It has to roll its undead fortitude, which is 5 plus the damage taken, so that'd be a 18 that it has to hit. Let's see how good it's doing. No, it does not, and it you rip your great axe out of its head that's you've cut in twain, and it lays there lifeless.
Sweet. I'm going to use my my bonus attack. I am in a frenzied rage. I'm going to then attack this other gentleman that is next to me as well.
Okay, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one that you've cut in half. That's on the ground, so you have advantage on the attack.
All right, fantastic.
Go ahead and roll one more time, since you have advantage. 22. Okay, go ahead and roll damage for that one. 15. Right on. Okay, so it does have to also make the same saving throw, which would be a 20 for it. It's 15 plus 5, which it fails. And so you finally, after this thing has gotten up 2 times, I think, you finally just take a couple swings and just chop it up into bits so there's no way it can continue to survive.
You stay dead.
And it is, that is your turn unless you want to move.
Yeah, you know what? Let me move. I'm gonna go over here to Kimura. Naka's gonna take off and run over to the very many Kimuras. He's also gonna be very confused looking as he's running over, like,
What? There's some.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It is. Oh, go ahead.
I say, not my captains.
Not my captain. So that's the skeleton up into the top right's turn. It's going to turn, and it sees all these Kimuras sitting around, and it is going to try to make an attack against you, but you have got your mirror image spell. So let me just double check what the rules on mirror image are. So let's see if he hits you in the first place. Hits you up with a short bow. That's a crit. But you still have to roll me a d20, and we'll see if it hits you or if it hits one of your mirror images.
Okay.
What you're looking for is if you have 3 duplicates, it's a 6 or higher, and it's going to hit one of your duplicates. Okay, so it hits the one. It just aims at the one that is closest to you, to your right, and all of a sudden the arrow hits it right square in the forehead, but it causes the image to disappear. So you're down to 2 images left, but that is its turn.
Okay, perfect. Whew, I'm so glad I have this.
that was good. That was good. You avoided a crit.
That's the best time to have that. Yeah.
Exactly. So it is now the skeleton's turn to the left, and it is going to make an attack at Knock with its short bow.
Bring it on, sucker.
That's a natural 1, so it definitely misses. You see the arrow kind of, like it takes a shot and it just goes like, floop, floop, and it's just like 2 feet, and it just kind of, the skeleton's like, and tries to knock another arrow. But that's all it's going to do on its turn. We're just going to cycle through the skellies here.
Skelly boobs.
Skelly.
It is the bottom right skelly's turn, and it is going to go for Wisp with its short bow attack. That is, oh my god, that is also a natural 1. So it completely misses as well. It's 2 natural 1s in a row from these guys. Oof. And is gonna
lay y'all.
Not when they're firing at me.
Yeah, not everybody else except for Laura.
Can I get some nat 1s fired at me,
Can
please?
I get some nat 1s, please?
Please, sir, some more.
It is the zombie's turn that is below Wisp, and is just gonna try to attack you again. That is a 17 to hit. Though it is at disadvantage, which is a 9.
Nope.
So that will miss as well.
Perfect.
Kimura, top of initiative, it is your turn. You are sitting there looking at Vodder, who is just let his last breath go, and is now you see his warhammer that was in his hand just kind of roll out of his hand, and you see the skin and fur seem frail and wiry as it clings to his bones and is no longer breathing.
Kimura gets up slowly for her, given it's a combat situation, and just has because her pistol was on the ground next to her, and she picks it up and she just looks at Nock. And the look she's trying to convey, not consciously, is basically just fucking finish this off now. And then she just swings round and then just doesn't even take time aiming, just fires the first shot at whatever she can fire at.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see any one of these creatures that are within range of you.
Which is going to be most likely the one completely opposite from her, which is going to be one of the ones attacking Calder.
Okay.
So we are looking at this one here, this one down here.
Okay, the one to the right. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that there's Calder's standing, like the fountain kind of comes up, and there's like an ornate piece in the center. So there's you actually ignore cover now.
Yes.
Because of your feet, so it doesn't even matter that they have cover.
Well, I ignore half and 3/4, but not full.
Right, he doesn't have. I would say he has half cover, so you ignore that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're able to make your attack.
Okay, right. Let's have a think very quickly. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm also going to use my sharpshooter, so I'm going to take a -5 on the hit penalty.
Okay.
And then when I'm going to see this is I'm not taking time to aim, so I'm going to take the -5 on the hit penalty, but it's going to +10 to the damage if I do hit, so.
Right.
Okie doke. So whatever this comes out as, please minus the 5s. And we go Yeetus.
Full Yeetus.
I don't. Yes.
20. Oh,
22
that'll
22
absolutely
minus
hit
5s?
minus the 5.
Yeah, okay.
So, yep, absolutely.
Okay, so and then for the damage, we are rolling Yeetus. That will be 18.
18. Oh my god. Okay. So it needs to make its con save, which is ridiculous. I don't think there's any way that it survives that.
23 or something?
Yeah, that's a 14.
Yeah.
So absolutely just collapses to the ground. Shot in the head. The kind of the skull is exposed, and you can see just like these rotted brains kind of go flying out from behind it, and it just kind of falls backward and is completely, finally dead.
So as she does this, she has this like complete blank expression on her face. There's no anger, there's no sorrow. It's just complete like focus for the situation, but she doesn't seem to be taking time with her shots, but she looks focused. And as she's doing it, she's just walking forwards, like at a slow rate. Given where Nock is standing, do my mirror images just walk through him? Or do they just walk around him?
I would say you can move them as long as they're within like 15 feet of you. I believe you can move them wherever.
Okay.
I would say they'd move through him to get where you need to be. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm essentially gonna walk forward then in that case. So it's like this. So she's only taken like a step or two forward, but she starts basically firing off as she's slowly walking forward.
Okay, perfect. Is that your turn?
And that is my turn.
All right, Wisp, you are up.
Okay, I want to ask something to clarify because I'm like deep reading on my character sheet. Under bonus actions, it says unarmed strike. And then it says bonus action when you use an attack action as an unarmed strike or a monk weapon. So does that mean that I could technically attack twice per round?
Yeah, so you can use your main hand, like your staff to attack, and then you can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
I just wanted to make sure because I thought that was part of Flurry of Blows, but they're two separate things.
Yeah, Flurry of
I've been
Blows will
reading it
give
wrong the
you.
whole time.
Yeah, Flurry of Blows will give you another attack as your bonus
New
action.
character who
So,
dis. Okay.
as long as it's the bonus action attack, because
Okay,
I think
cool.
you don't use your, I don't know. As long as it says bonus
Okay.
action attack, you're fine.
Dope. Okay, so I know exactly what I want to do then. Then I'm going to take my staff, I'm going to grab it with both of my hands, and I'm going to javelin, like spear fishing, thrust it into like the face of the one in front of me to
Okay.
start. So that is a 21.
That does hit.
Cool. That damage is two-handed 8.
8. Okay, it needs to make its saving throw.
Dope.
Which it does succeed on. Roll the 22. So
Fine.
it's you hit it and like you hear like a sickening crack of its neck as it snaps, and like you're like as it looks like it's about to fall, and then you see the head just kind of and like is looking forward at you.
Awesome. She's gonna see that and just kind of like double look for a second, and then with the same kind of stance, I want to like shove my staff into the ground, and as an unarmed strike, I want to kick the one behind me.
Hell yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll that
It's
attack.
20 to hit
20 does hit.
with 6 damage.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you break a couple, like you hear like some of these old ribs break as you go back and kick behind you without even looking and just nail this thing in the chest. So that's
And-
your attack and bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay put. I'm good.
All right. It would be Vauder's turn, but he doesn't have a
Why
turn, so I'm
would
going to
you
remove him
say
from
that?
the turn
Why
order.
would you say
Why
that?
would you say that? He's not even in the turn order anymore. Why would you say that?
No, he
So-
was. I had to remove him.
Oh shit.
Ah,
I
it's
just
real
deleted-
now.
Salt, meat, wound.
That is how you start the cooking process.
Salt the beef.
So, major beefs.
You all hear a voice in your head that says,
You are not and must not be allowed to continue.
that's all you hear. The voice of Halifax as it rings out. It is this
Voice.
Skelly's turn at the bottom left. He's going to make an attack against Calder, which is a 22 to hit for 7 points of damage.
Call him a boy.
Calder is, again, he takes an arrow to the arm, and you can see he lets go of his talisman that he keeps around his chest for a moment as there's an arrow like stuck into his bicep. And he kind of grimaces in pain. It's the zombie's turn below him. The zombie is going to attempt to grapple Calder to allow him to not move. So that is just the strength check versus... so that's a 12. So Calder needs to roll a either an acrobatics or an athletics check. Let's see what he's good at. Not either of them, actually. So we're just going to roll an acrobatics check for him, which he actually fails. That's a 7. So this zombie grabs the feet of Calder and is keeping him in place.
Oh no.
And you can hear Calder, and he's kind of like trying to kick his feet, but he's not really getting anywhere. But is unable. The skeleton's or the zombie's unable to attack because he used his action to grapple. It is the zombie to the right of Wisp. He's just going to make a slam attack, which is a 6, so that will miss. It is Calder's turn. What does Calder have that he can use?
Scream for knock.
His teeth.
Yeah, you do hear him go, a little help would be nice. And he is going to try to Eldritch Blast this thing, though it will be at disadvantage because he's so close to him. So that is a 22 and a 16, which still hits for 2 damage.
Oh.
Well done.
Shaved off this zombie.
Calder. Yeah.
Somebody isn't
He just
taking
kinda
his
hits his arm and pushes him.
invocations.
No, he has his invocations.
And he doesn't. Sorry.
He doesn't. He has other invocations. He doesn't take agonizing blasts.
I'm sorry.
You,
I'm
ju-
sorry.
you just judged that whole man.
I judge his character build.
Knock, it is your turn.
All right. Knock. After running over to where Isla was, I look towards Kimura, and I see that look, and that look is very familiar to Knock. There's that Knock has dealt with death not only in his journeys to and fro, up and down those mountains, those cold and weary mountain sides. He understands that seriousness. So coming over, the flames on his back that were already blowing off of his back like hot steam is now rose after looking at her. Seeing you get up, Knock's eyes don't exactly leave Vauder. Is that he just interlock with this hammer that is on the ground. And as you get up and start walking towards, and you get ready to phase through me, Knock the phase starts to begin, and Nock kind of looks, and he's kind of like pushing Kimura. Like, no, weird for everyone. And then you see one last look from Vada. He turns and looks, and with a mighty growl, he just taking off towards the fellow zombie over in this general direction. And I'm going to swing to attack this man. Full charge with his axe.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Indeed. Big boy swing.
19 is a hit.
Oh, the
Go ahead
biggest.
and roll damage. 11. The zombie, you take one of its arms off, and it just like falls to the ground, and the arm like still kind of like starts crawling towards Wisp still. He's not looking good, but he's still up. You do have your bonus attack action if you would like to use that.
Yes. I should probably add damage for
Oh, your rage damage,
the rage damage,
which
yeah.
is 2 or 3?
Yeah,
now?
I think it's oh Jesus, yes, 2. So not that, but 2.
So 2 more damage. Okay. Yeah, still it takes it a little bit farther down, obviously, but still standing for the time being.
Okay. The second attack, I will also then go ahead and as he swings through him, he turns the axe around the opposite way, and with a mighty cleave, mighty haymaker of his obsidian axe, I'm going to take another swing at this man.
All right.
Zombie.
That hits.
Boom. That will be a 15.
15. All right. It has to make its saving throw. If I can. There we go. That's a 7. So that was a failure. And this is zombie, he or she, we don't discriminate. We don't know. You can't tell. Is dead.
Zombie Hunzos.
You still have 5 feet of movement. If you wanted to move a little bit, like one more square, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll move. After my backswing, it's like it's just immediate turn as he gathers composure, puts his back foot down from the swing, cutting the zombie, and he looks towards the zombie at collar. You grab it at his leg, he then turns to go look at him, and so let's run that direction.
Okay, perfect. It is the skeleton in the top right's turn. It is going to attack. Let's see. Wisp. You're going to get a short bow attack, which is a 7. So it misses anyway, even with the disadvantage. So it is going to put away its bow, and it pulls out a short sword and begins making its way towards you. And it's going to try to like step up right there next to you. It is the other Skelly's turn, and is going to try and attack Kimura.
Oh no.
Which it misses anyway. I believe it rolled a 12.
But that misses, yeah.
So that misses. So it kind of passes all 3 of the Kimuras. And the arrow just kind of goes clattering to the ground. The next skeleton is going to go for an attack on Calder, which is a 19 to hit, which does hit Calder for 7 points of damage. What you guys see is you see another arrow pierce Calder's leg, and Calder collapses and falls off into the fountain, unconscious. So he falls backwards, unconscious for the time, as he took one too many arrows. Kimura, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm still stepping forward 5 more feet. The images coalesce. That goes forward 5, and she takes a shot at the one that just took out Calder.
So the one down here?
The one... Oh, no, sorry. The one that's at the fountain, sorry.
Oh, okay. The one right straight ahead of you. Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, I'm going to take sharpshooter rules for this one. So -5 penalty, please.
Okay.
Ooh, 10.
15, 10. 10 still hits.
It
These zombies are
does?
pretty slow. Yeah, zombies are pretty slow, and they're very easy to hit.
I'm not going to
So,
complain. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. That would be 22.
Oh my god, it had 20. Even if it was at full health, you would have killed him. He still has to roll his saving throw, but I don't think there's any way that he can.
27, that would be, I think?
Yeah, there's no way. He rolled a 17 and is kaput, as they say.
So again, what you're seeing is after she's kind of moving, as she's moving forward, she's scanning her firearm across the battlefield, and as the weapon is lining up with each one, she's just firing.
Okay.
She's very methodically doing this.
Right.
But she's almost tunnel visioned it. She's not really noticing anything else right now. It's literally just combatants.
Okay.
And after she steps forward, she hastens a little bit to get up to where Calder is. But she doesn't get Calder. She doesn't go down to get Calder. She begins turning the firearm to another combatant. And then that is the turn.
All right, Wisp, you are up next.
Okay. I would like to. My staff is still like on the ground, like in front of me. So I want to. Fuck it. I want to. Where it is, I kind of want to like toss it up my hands and now hold it like a baseball bat.
Okay.
And I want to take a crack at the one that I've been trying to beat to death.
Okay. Go ahead and...
Yeah, I'm gonna try and beat him to death.
I'm still waiting for your Mandalorian move, where you kick the staff and it flips up and hits someone. 23 absolutely hits.
Just you wait. Two-handed is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, it needs to again make its saving throw.
Okay.
Which is 5 plus 8, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just fails. Rolled a 12.
Oh my god.
And so collapses to the ground.
Okay, cool. And then as I'm like kind of holding this like staff bat in my hand, I want to like menacingly look at the other like skeleton dude and just like try and kick him in the chest.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll your attack.
24.
That hits as well.
5 damage.
5. Okay. You break a couple of its brittle skeleton bones, but are unable to take it out.
Okay, dope. That's fine. I'm staying put.
All
I'm
right.
in melee with it, so I'm staying put.
Okie dokie. This skeleton in the bottom left is going to go for knock. That is an 8. I dare say that misses.
As a big old missile.
That zombie's dead. That zombie's dead. It is Calder's turn. Calder needs to roll a death save. How do I? Can I roll death saves in this? It's just a D20, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a failure. I rolled a 3. So that's one fail for Calder.
I'm sensing a trend here.
No. Knock, it is your turn.
All right. Knock as he like starts, he takes like 4 or 5 steps forward. Just sees the hail of bullets just go flying through the other skeletons, the other zombie's head. So he swift pivots and turns around to meet the eyes of the skeleton that had shot that arrow at him, and he is going to make a full send turnaround. As he runs up to over here to the curvature, he is going to use the feet charger on this skeleton and swing for a big ol' attack on this guy with his axe.
Okay. Remind me again what charger does.
If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line and immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain +5 bonus attack damage to the roll, or push the target 10 feet away from you.
Okay, perfect.
Alrighty. Let's get him.
15 does hit.
Oh, fantastic.
So are you going to push him back, or are you going to do the damage?
I'm going to do the extra damage, so I'm just
Okay.
going to roll for damage. be an 8.
8
Plus 5 plus 2, so 7. That would be a 15.
Okay. Yeah, you as you kind of push your shoulder and your great axe into this skeleton, it just explodes into a crumble of shattered bones, and is completely decimated.
Oh, sweet! It's fantastic. Yeah. So that swing as I run into him, the axe doesn't even touch him so much, and I just like cleave through the grave that's right there. He just flies right through, just takes a giant chunk off of it with his axe.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That would be the end of my turn. Yes.
Right. It is a skeleton's turn. This was gonna move here. And we're gonna roll a d6 to determine who he attacks, because he can really attack anyone. That's gonna be a wisp. So short bow attack. Wisp is a 21 to hit.
That will hit, yeah.
Okay.
And I will also turn off the disadvantage.
Right.
Once I take damage, it shuts off.
Okay. So you take 5 points of piercing damage, and the shimmering like kind of the weird disillusioned image that your cloak provides stops for a time. It is the other zombies or skeleton's turn. Same thing. We're gonna roll a d6 to determine who he attacks. Which will be knock this time around. That's an 11 to hit. I think that misses.
C.
All right. Kimura, we're back at top of the initiative. It is your turn.
Okie Scrokey. Right. Kimura perceives this skeleton is behind, knowing that it's there. She basically ducks under and then comes back over and fires again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
A yism. Okay. With sharpshooter rules. And that doesn't hit.
An 11 is a miss, unfortunately. I think that's the first miss of tonight, though.
And
anybody.
It was quite obviously gonna be me, right? Okay, yeah,
Nah.
that's fine.
What's your? So I have to ask because you rolled a 2. What is your
It's a 1.
misfire?
It's a 1 on the pistol.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. Had to check.
I'm glad you checked though. I'm glad because obviously it's a new element that we don't usually run firearms. So yeah.
Right.
No, it's 2 for the rifle.
Musket.
Yeah,
Right.
for the musket rifle. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Is that your turn?
She's gonna leap up on. She's basically gonna do like yeah. She's gonna leap up onto the fountain, but she's gonna use jet-powered boots. No, she's gonna use the boots to be able to assist herself up there. So she's gonna take a little. Well, what she's gonna do? She's gonna get herself up there. And oh no, I've moved Calder. I've moved Calder with me. The images are going to seemingly flank Calder.
Okay. Perfect. All right, Wisp, you are up next.
Okay, so
Only
I
a couple
would
of these guys
like to, with my hefty 40 feet of movement, move here first and then jump on top, like use the corner and kind of run across all of these platforms until I get over here. And then I want to take my staff and kind of like come down on it with both hands, like over my shoulder, like over my head, and kind of just baseball swing down at it.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, barely hits. 5.
Well, a 10 will miss the skeletons.
Oh, I thought
They
both
have
of them had a 10.
no.
Oh.
The zombies have an 8. The skeletons have a little bit more armor, which have 13. They've got like little scraps of armor, so that's actually a miss on that guy.
Shady.
Okay. Well, then, as I kind of fuck up that, I'm going to I'm gonna use another 5 feet of my movement left, get down, and I'm just gonna straight up just like punch him in his face.
Okay, sounds good. That will
16.
hit. That will hit.
For 6. Okay,
For 6.
cool.
Okay, perfect.
I try to like hit him in the jaw.
Yeah. So what happens is you swing your staff and it hits the side, but surprisingly there's no movement of these brittle bones, and the skeleton actually brings its arm down and presses against the staff, and then you just go just
Yeah.
sucker punch him in the face and
I love
hit
it.
him. It is the skeleton in the bottom left's turn. He's gonna make an attack at Kimura as he sees all the other Kimuras. Go ahead and roll a.
Oh no,
you
did
have
it
2
hit?
duplicates. He did hit.
I gasped at the right
see.
moment there. That's when the music kicked in.
Go ahead and roll a d20. You're looking for an 8 or higher. Okay, so he does hit you, and he did crit.
You
He
know,
rolled a
do
natural 20.
you know what he is?
Whoa,
Little bitch.
little bitch. So you take
Why
6.
are you laughing at me?
7, 8, 9, 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so I've had 2 crits against me, and I've missed.
Yes, you have. And one of them missed, but that one did hit you.
I swear to God, Cole, if you kill my character, I will scream.
Is this
so...
how we all die? Do we all die?
I
Because of
swear to God, I hope you did not
skeletons?
TPK to zombies and skeletons. Okay?
That would just be.
Do not.
I knew a guy that got killed by a boar once. I'm just saying.
And his name was
Oh.
Robert Baratheon. No, so
Uncle Bobby B, baby.
that's true. You can.
It's
kill
from a
me, yeah.
bad lip reading video. You're fine.
Yeah.
Don't pay any mind.
It's not the medieval land one, is it?
It is the
'Cause
medieval one.
yeah,
They
that's a
call,
good-
they call him Bobby B.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bobby B.
Anyway, it is Calder's turn. He needs to roll another death saving throw. I'm gonna GM roll this one because reasons. He fails. He rolled a 7. So Calder is at 2
damn it.
failures, guys. Calder is at 2 failures.
Oh.
Knock, it is your turn.
Swear to God.
I'm gonna lose like everyone's dying tonight. All right, including the skeleton. This bitch. Nock is after cleaning this man. He kind of rotates out from his spin from his axe and looks around for any other ones. And sees this little scrimpy dude taking aim, so he's just gonna start running.
Okay.
5, 6, 7. Bow. And I'm just going to stop. Oh, actually, bow.
Okay.
Is that 50 feet? Yeah.
That's 45.
Let me actually bring that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you have 30 feet.
Bow. Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna-
right.
yeah,
there,
I'm
you're
gonna-
good.
I wasn't. I was counting way too far.
You
About
could-
overzealous.
You could. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say with 30 feet.
Okay. I was gonna say you could dash and get a little bit and move another 30 feet if you wanted, but
What the distance actually? You know what I'm gonna do? Nock isn't going to run down. As you see him as he takes off, heading south of this wonderful map. He then turns, and the fire on him is now just blowing off of his back. He points his hand at the skeleton, and all the fire just trails off of his back and all the way to his hands, and then he just shoots a firebolt at the skeleton.
okay. Using your sickness to your advantage.
Get up and
Um,
get down with the ship. Sorry. I couldn't help
So
myself.
I have to let me double check the firebolt. Do you have that on your character sheet yet? By
I
chance?
don't have it on my character sheet. But I'm looking at it right now, so I probably should add that, right? I don't know how to do
You
that
can
right now.
definitely add that.
Okay.
Let me double check which modifier you use to roll, because it will be like a spell modifier.
Yeah, which
Um,
Nock is not that type of guy.
Right.
I'm not a spell
It
guy.
is charisma.
Mm.
So it'd be it's a ranged attack. So it'd be D20 plus your charisma modifier. And it has a range of 120 feet, so you're in the clear there.
Oh, Jesus. It's a /R, right?
Yes.
Thank you. I forgot the R. All right, and then plus charisma. Forward /R
Yeah, /R space D20
space.
plus your charisma.
Space. Fuck me. Space. Space. All right, it is a 3, a magnificent 3 plus my 1, 4.
4. So as you kind of are still kind of you're still trying to learn to control these flames, and you kind of like shoot your arm out, and it just goes wide. As you're still learning how to control this, is the first time you've like really used it to try to actually shoot something with, and you just completely miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. Nox just kind of like looks at his hand. He's like, "You didn't even expect that." He was just kind of like went to go like point at him to just like it's like you, and just shoots his fireball. He's like, "What?"
All right, it is this skeleton's turn up top left. It's gonna make another attack at Kimura.
Why? Why though?
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
A D6?
Or d8, sorry, d8.
A D8?
Right. Wait. D20.
A
You're looking
D20?
for an 8 or higher. My bad.
18.
18. It hits one of your it hits the left-sided image of yours and disappears.
Bleh.
It lets out a.
What did it?
You can see this.
It didn't crit, did it?
No, it rolled a 23, so that's a
Still
19.
really-
It
still
almost
so
crit
high.
again. It almost crit again.
Oh my god.
It's the skeleton. I'm just gonna
Oh,
move.
the
so I
crit
can-
magnet.
It's gonna turn. This zombie's gonna drop its bow and then pulls out a short sword and tries to attack you, Wisp. You haven't taken damage, so I think your cloak reactivates, I believe.
I think it's like I think is it just is that kind of just like always going, or do I have to activate it? Like is it an
Yeah.
action?
So let me double
it doesn't.
check.
It's not clear.
Yeah. So it's essentially a cloak of displacement. It's the same stats.
Okay. I should-
So let me double check really quick. While you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So it comes back.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it will
cool.
be at disadvantage on this attack,
Cool.
which is a 13 to hit.
That will miss.
That will miss. So it kind of swings at this like disillusioned image of you and completely misses. Kimura, you are up.
Is it me? It's okay.
Is it me you're looking for?
Thank you. That was like I was about to. Thank God you're an opportunist. There, Ray.
So
Thank
you
God
see,
for you.
as she gets hit again, even though one hit the image, the one that did hit her, you see her flinch for a second. Comes out of the focus, closes her eyes, breathes in, then comes back to focused. Bonus action-wise, she used second wind.
Okay, go ahead and roll your HP for your second wind.
Roll your thing. Now, can I roll second wind from... How do I... Oh, I can. Ooh! 13!
So you regain 13 HP.
Hells
Nice.
to the... Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Mr. Johnson.
Right.
And... That's great. Now, and then she basically slings the rifle up and takes aim at... Which one did the crit?
I believe it was the bottom...
I think
believe
it was the
bottom
one,
left. Yeah, the bottom left.
So can I kneel down, or is that gonna cost something?
No, I'd say you can kneel
Okay,
for
so
flavor.
she brings the rifle up with the sling whilst kneeling, breathes in again, and then takes a shot. So I'm gonna expend a grit point as well, to get advantage on the attack.
Okay. Your second wind, just to remind me, is a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're just fine to do that then.
Okay, fantastic. Gonna get advantage, and I'm gonna use sharpshooter for that as well.
Oh boy. Okay.
So we're gonna see how this goes. So is this a skeleton or a zombie I'm firing at?
This one down here is a skeleton. There are no more zombies that are
Okay.
unliving at the moment.
Back those zombies.
And does 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Molto bene. Okay, right. And for the damage, max damage, 27.
I mean, you would have destroyed this thing without that, but you take one shot and like the head just goes like rolling and like slams against the back of the back wall and just shatters into dust, and then the body just like crumbles into pieces below it. Yeah. Well done. Wisp.
That's my turn.
Wisp, you are up.
All right. So I would like to, if possible, I'll ask before I just do it. I'd like to take my staff and kind of upheave it at its under neck area, and as like my main attack, and then as my unarmed, can I then try to like supersede his like his head and kind of like force him down and try to like push him on the ground and do like a push? Or is that like an, because it says or a similar forceful blow, so I didn't know what that could be interpreted as.
You could
but if
do
not,
that.
then I'm just gonna do something else.
Are you looking to like make him go prone, or are you looking still to do damage on that second attack?
I can like kind of force him into my knee if
Okay.
that.
A bane is
I don't
that?
want to make him prone, so I don't want to
Okay.
like put him on the ground.
Yeah, so you can flavor your unarmed attacks however you want.
Okay, cool. Then then I will kind of like supersede after it and then bring it down. So like I'll do a 10 will not hit.
10's a miss.
Okay.
So you kind of try to uppercut and you miss, but you kind of bring the staff around. You can make your bonus attack
and then,
action.
I'm gonna try and bring it down and knee him with my unarmed, which will also miss.
Yeah, you just kind of try to swing and it kind of moves under it and avoids the attack.
Cool.
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay locked with it.
Okay. This guy is 100% way far from dead, so it is Calder's turn. He has to make another saving throw.
I won't look at it, man.
Rolled a 17, so he is fine. There are no successes in the Darker Dungeons, but he does succeed. But you guys, as you kind of look, Kimura, you can see in his arms and his leg, he's bleeding pretty heavily. He's got like a pretty major gash on the side of his head. Like there's scrapes across his legs where the zombies were kind of clawing at him. It does not look good. Knock, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to. The skeleton's so far away, and I want him to die. It's gonna take me so long to get there. All right, I'm gonna stop moving to that space. Move down in a straight line. I'm gonna stop running that way towards this man, and I'm going to shoot another firebolt at him.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a d20 plus 1, right?
The right way. Oh, D20.
Here's some pictures that match.
Ah, yes, a 4 this time. I seem to be counting.
Unfortunately, you're just like, you're not used to fire. You're like, what is this? You know,
How
you're
does
just not
fire
used to.
work?
How do I sling fire? I don't know. Unfortunately, you do. Wait, which one are you shooting at?
The one that's right in front of me.
You mean
So
the
he's
one
just,
this one?
Oh, he went and didn't have an X in front of his.
Right. Well, you would have missed the other one anyway, but I kind of like the flavor where you're shooting one that's already dead.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it doesn't die until it's on fire.
And unfortunately,
But
you
no.
missed.
No. I will. I'll start making my way to the fountain Nako looking his way after he shoots the firebolt and realizes that like the fire engages thing is all like crumpled up and dead. He's gonna be like, and turns to the fountain and starts walking that way.
Okay. Perfect.
That'll be end my turn. DM, end my turn.
All right. It is the skeleton in the top left's turn. It's going to make another attack at Kimura.
Please don't crit.
It crits. Just kidding. It misses. So you're just fine. It completely misses.
My heart actually stopped when you said that.
It is the other skeleton's turn. It's going to make a short sword attack against Wisp, which is a 23 to hit, which is at disadvantage, which is 17.
Still hits.
17, 4 points of piercing damage as he kind of slices past you.
Yeah, and then my cloak is
Right.
static for the moment.
All righty. Kimura, it is your turn.
Okay. So, what would you consider it to be action-wise to take a potion from Calder's pack?
To search for one, it would probably be an action.
Okay, so is it is it in like a satchel or is it on like a
Yeah, he's got like a satchel that he keeps on his side where he keeps most of his stuff.
I'm not gonna have time to do that and administer if I find it, am I?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna drag him ass. I'm gonna drag his ass behind the fountain.
Okay. You can actually move his token to where you're wanting.
I can, yeah.
If you want to put him anywhere specifically.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do this. Boop.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go here. This mirror image is technically in line of sight, but technically the mirror images are all on the same square. It's just for canon that they're spread out, basically.
Right.
I think they are. I think mechanically they're on the same square, aren't they?
I've used them as like 5 feet apart.
Oh, that's fine.
So
yeah,
I think they are. Yeah.
Okay. So because I don't have time to search for the potion and administer, I am going to basically try and wake the kid up.
Okay, so you're gonna try to. Do you want to try to stabilize him?
Yeah. It's all
Okay.
it's all I've got time for. So,
Right. You're more used to these sorts of wounds as well. Like these are actual proper battle wounds that you've seen
Yes.
time and time again.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a medicine check to try to stabilize Calder.
Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. Will a 21 work?
21 will work. So you hurry and pull out some bandages from your pack and start kind of wrapping the ones that you can, and it stops a lot of the bleeding that's causing him to bleed out. So he is stabilized for now. So he's not going to be rolling any more death saves, but he's still unconscious.
So if anybody noticed anything during that, Kimura says nothing during this process. She is just doing shit as if it was muscle memory at this point.
Okay. Wisp, it is your turn.
I'm pissed. I'm just taking my staff and I'm just gonna keep bashing this guy in the face.
Okay.
13.
13 just hits.
Yeah. Two-handed max damage. 12.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
And you completely just, I'm going to move him so I can get the right thing on. But yeah, you completely just decimate this skeleton.
Perfect.
You still have your
awesome.
movement. And...
Yeah, I am going to run all the frick way back to Kimura. Right here. I'm gonna run right here.
Okay.
And just kind of like, as I get there, assess the situation. That I will end my turn kind of like getting there and seeing the beginning of what's going on.
Kimura is actually gonna say, and she's literally just gonna. That's the only one left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's only one left.
Because like Kimura.
Yeah,
has
she's kind of like
noticed.
checking in basically.
Yeah, she's just gonna look up and just go. She's gonna hold up one. She's gonna hold up one and then just point that way. And that's it.
Nope.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm gonna have my turn.
Perfect. All right. It would be Calder's turn. but he no longer has to roll. So Knock, it is your turn, my friend.
Earned the bird. I am going to move, running towards the skeleton. Nog doesn't even have to go ahead and see any gesture of hand movement, or even to where Kimura or as he sees Kimura moving Calder, placing him down, he just takes off heading towards the skeleton. So I'm gonna move my 30 feet. You can move diagonal 30 feet, right? Okay, just want to make sure that's cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, and I am also going to be like, they're trying to charm me. Shoot a fireball at this man. God damn it! Did you see all the fire just like blow up off of his back and just shoot out of his arm in a general direction? All right.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus your charisma modifier.
It would be a whole, oh my god,
That's
whole
a crit.
+1 on that 21. But the crit speaks for itself.
Okay, I just want to say something really quickly. I literally, in my mind, before you rolled that, was like, wouldn't it be so funny if he got a crit right now? Like, I willed it. I willed it for you.
I'm gonna ask nicely if you could do that every turn.
Yeah, I saw a yell third time's a charm.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like, that would be so fucking funny right now.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d10 plus 10. Because you do the max damage on that.
It would be a full whopping 17 damage.
What do we see as you decimate this final skeleton?
As Nock is in, as the last of his sprint of movement, he takes his hand and like jousts it and says, "Just third time's a charm." Uses all the fire, just blows up off of his back, and then just comes just decompresses from his back, and then just you see the fire trail run to all of his fingertips, forming that ball, and he shoots that firebolt, and you see as it flies, it just smacks the skeleton straight in the chest and just blows it to nothing but little like fiery bone confetti.
Absolutely, yeah. Just the last thing you hear is the silence kind of cascades around you. Is just like as like bone fragments like hit the cobblestone flooring.
No. Knock looks at his like hands and smoldering. He goes, "Oh, so this is what you mages feel like, isn't it? Get used to this."
All right, and as you guys finally are able to take a breath after this intense fight, look around you, see two of your companions on the ground. We're going to take our break right there. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you all. We'll be back in 7 to 10 minutes. Go get yourself a drink, a snack, use the restroom if you need to, and we will see you shortly.
There it is.
We'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, and welcome back. So, the three of you are left looking over the body of Vodder and Calder. Calder is breathing, though his breathing is shallow. He seems like he'll be all right. He's still got a few arrows stuck into his arm and his leg that look like will need to be removed sooner rather than later. But as you go to look over at Vodder, there's nothing. There's no breath. You just see your fallen bugbear compatriot. His fur that was once full. Your fallen bugbear compatriot. Soft has become. His fur that was once wiry and thin. Full. If you were to touch it, and soft, some of the hair begins to wiry and fall thin. Out. If you were to touch it, some of the hair begins to fall out, and his skin is wrapped tightly around his bones.
Kimura, kind of noticing that everything's being dispatched of, this battle focus kind of lifts a little bit, and all the pain of her being hit sets in, but she's still...
Okay.
She clutches her leg and just hobbles back over to where Vodder is.
Okay.
She has several arrows sticking out of her, by the way.
Nock kneels over Vodder and just looks around his body. Is he on his back? Is he on his front? Is he on his side?
Yeah, he's laying on his back.
He's laying on his back. Nock, first he takes a moment to just look at Vodder. And you hear him, for those who have keen sense of listening, he just whispers under his breath and says, It should have been you. It shouldn't have been. And he goes to push and roll over Vodder to see if his second face is on the back of his head.
It is still there, yes.
And then slowly rolls him back over onto his back. Nock stands up and looks over to our. His body's next to the sarcophagus. Is that when he pushed it open? Is it ajar at all? Is it just like a little bit ajar?
Yeah. So when he pushed it over, the front fell completely over. So the interior of the sarcophagus is completely open.
Okay. What is just her body?
There's nothing in there.
That's upsetting. Nock looks towards the sarcophagus, seeing nothing but cobwebs and regret, and his eyebrows become furrowed, and he turns and he looks towards the rest of the group and says, "We did it your way. We did it a different way. And this was the outcome." The one that I would say was the good one. And he kind of looks at Kimura and looks at Wisp. It shouldn't have been him.
Wisp is gonna walk over to Vodder. And she's gonna kneel beside him. Oh my god. Ooh. Is he still clutching his pendant?
Surprisingly, yes. One of his hands had dropped on the ground and let go of his warhammer, but his other arm is grasped tightly around that holy symbol. And seemingly in the time of his death, did not let go.
She's going to take out her writing set and she's just gonna sit for a moment with it.
Nock is going to walk over to where the sarcophagus lid is over to. You see what he's kind of almost like he's pacing a little back and forth. And he reaches down to the stone tablet and just throws it across this room that we're in, sending it crashing into whatever surface or to wherever it goes ahead and hits, with a mighty yell at top of that as well.
You chose a rock instead of the weak one, and we lost a strong one.
He's looking at Kimura when he's saying this.
Captain, you didn't see this coming. Wheeling your troops. What are we, a squad? What are we? This godforsaken city.
He shouldn't just lay there. Could you at least set them up?
As soon as you say that, I immediately look for a natural door frame. Like, if possible. Anywhere, like, it doesn't have to be in the building. She'll get up if she has to. It doesn't matter. She's gonna try and find, like, a place with earthen ground, but it looks like a doorway. She'll obsess over it if she has to.
Okay, so you're still in that small room. The only doorways that you can see are closed off to you. There's the one that you entered from, and there's one on the back wall.
Are there any windows? Anything
You are
so
deep
she can see outside?
underground.
Oh, that's right. Shit. She just looks up then, and she'll kind of like sit frantically and look around and kind of realize where she is. Take a moment from writing, and she'll look towards where the other two are, and she just says, "Need to carry him out." Sooner is better.
Doc turns around overhearing this. And how do you propose we get out of here? You think the man with the tentacle face is gonna just open a door? He brought us down here and gave us full of gold. Nuck turns back around. The flames on his back on a low billow. And the flames extinguish. He turns back around. Go ahead.
Like seeing him be enraged, she kind of like takes that and leaves him for a minute. All of her stuff she kind of just sets aside very neatly for a second, but then she runs full force back at the door that they entered through. She slams her entire body into it.
Okay, it's a solid like double stone thick door.
She doesn't care. Yeah. She doesn't
yeah, you go in and put your shoulder into it, just meet solid stone, and it hurts. It does not move.
She just keeps trying. Stone face, stoic. She just keeps trying.
You continue until you think that you might be getting close to dislocating or breaking a bone.
She'll stop.
Okay. I will also say, Knock, since you went into a frenzied rage and your rage has since ended, you do take 1 level of exhaustion at the end of that rage. So you're getting pretty tired and.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fire on his back is completely out. He's definitely feeling the battle for sure, especially now with this massive pressure of not only loss, so much of sadness. Sadness in his in reasoning is, his own mindset where, it's very tunnel visioned. He's just tired and stuck. Exhaustion. You said 2 levels, right, friend?
Just 1 level.
Just 1, okay. Nock turns back to the body. Where's Kimura?
She's actually crouched over the body. Just staring.
Nock walks over to, close to Father's body. And he doesn't kneel, as he does kind of like a full crouch, so to be very encompassing over the presence of both Vader and Kimura.
Come to say something witty?
Come to say something witty. No, as all my words are to you. Wit. To they as light as a feather. You made a decision, Kimura, to give Halifax the rock instead of the man who sat riddled with arrows next to you. I had made a decision.
You made yours. What we now have here is a dead priest. 2 of them at that. You gave them everything they wanted.
Sending yourself into battle to potential death is easy. Sending other people to their death is not. I don't know if you understand that.
No, I don't. Where I hail from, being sent to battle and dying in it is with honor and the highest degree. Those who get sent to battle are doing you a glorious favor.
No, he looks down to Vader.
This was no glorious favor. We need to get out of here.
He fought for what he believed in. To some that would count as glory, but I'm afraid, Nock, there is no actual glory in war or death.
Nock, let those words kind of roll off of him, as you see, kind of just like rears up a little.
Has Voda been sat up yet, or is he still just laying there?
Nock goes ahead and sits him up. And where is it? The back is prepped up against the sarcophagus. And Nock takes his hands and places him on his belly. So he's kind of just resting.
Okay.
And Nock then stands up, though, after. Just looks at him.
We should dwell. Wisp is going to go break herself into just a cloud if she keeps herself up, throwing herself into that wall. Be back.
He stands up and starts walking over to where Wisp is.
At this point, she's just kind of like crouched with her hands kind of like this. Just thinking. Just like staring.
Nock approaches from behind.
I didn't expect you to try to throw yourself through a door. Leave the stone wall smash into someone of my size.
And he walks over to her, Wisp, and kind of puts his hand on her shoulder.
Is this where we came from?
As I remember. And when she says that, she's gonna look up and around and kind of like look towards. You said there was one other door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one other door on the opposite end of the room that you're in.
She kind of like, as he's patting her shoulder, she just turns and like leaves it and walks towards the other door.
Okay.
Nock notices that suave shoulder roll and looks at her. And looks towards the door. Did she leave any like shoulder imprint or anything else behind? Like, did she do any like?
Not really. There's no signs of anything. It's a solid door, and you saw it when it opened. It's several inches thick. Like they're thick doors, like stone doors.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nock. He backs up. And I want to try to throw my shoulder weight into said wall. I'm going to use Charger as well to see if I can help out with any of the damage wall, see if it does anything.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an athletics check for me.
See, Bane. Hold on, let me just unwide screen. InfiniteRP, my favorite TTRPG channel on Twitch. Sorry, I just had to do that. You said athletics? No, strength check? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just roll athletics.
Be
Okay.
12 plus 5.
You throw your massive body into these double doors. Like you can see the crease where the doors open, and you kind of slam into it, and there is a little bit of a, but it doesn't move much. But you can kind of hear the echo of your big Goliath body slamming into the stone.
I back up off of the door. And, just from hitting it and whatnot, I'm guessing it's only open from one side. That's why it only kind of it hit. It didn't fall. Like, nothing bulged out the other way.
Yeah, you're unsure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna knock. Takes a deep breath, sighs, and it walks back. And starts heading back towards where Vada's body is.
Okay. Wisp, what are you doing at the other door?
What kind of door is it? She's gonna look at it first.
Sorry, I was muted. It's a very similar door to the one that you were just at.
Okay, so
but go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Yes.
12.
You see scrape marks swinging out towards you.
Okay.
Or I guess they wouldn't be scrape marks swinging towards you. You see broken pieces of stone and whatnot, and a little bit of a layer of dust at this door.
Okay. So it looks like it's been rammed into, basically, or does it look like something is hitting it from the other side and something's falling from the ceiling?
Either that, yeah. There's some sort of debris
it's just
around.
funky.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The other door seems to when you came in the other door, you don't really remember hearing much of any stone grinding on stone when these doors open. They opened quite seamlessly. This one seems to maybe have been hit or something like that.
Okay. I'll immediately turn around and tap Knock on the shoulder and just point at the other door. That one. Do that to that one.
Knock looks at it and gives a confirming nod. Is that the way out?
If this door didn't work, we have to try.
I could barely see when I came down here anyway. Whatever door, whatever obstacle. If it's in our way.
Knock starts slow sprinting and into full fucking sprint as he runs towards the door, and he just jumps his whole body into that door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another athletics check for me.
Is there athletics my ass off? Yes. Let's get it. Sorry.
So
close.
You are halted by just the weight of the stone door. Shooting pain goes through your
Knock just kind of.
Once one's gonna open, and I'm gonna do it.
From behind you, on the opposite end, where you had just left the other door, you begin to hear a slight movement from behind you. As you turn to look, these doors are opening, and you see Halifax sitting in the entryway. he lets out this sickening cough, this hacking, phlegm-filled cough, and you can see a little bit of phlegm and spittle kind of drop from his tentacles. And he kind of wipes it.
Knock does kind of, he sits there and he looks at him and he goes,
You better hope that cough kills you. Because you've got a lot of explaining to do.
I am already dead, Goliath. And you are not, it seems.
He kind of looks around.
Can't say the same for your bugbear friend and the boy.
Knock is walking over towards Vader where his axe layeth next to the sarcophagus.
Okay.
This is unexpected.
There's a slight interrupt as you can hear a clicking from opposite where Kimura is. And she's just very slowly loading into the revolver chamber. Just click, click, click. And then she just flips the revolver barrel back into the pistol. Go on.
He kind of looks at you without saying anything.
What now?
He kind of takes a moment. Thinks.
You all were supposed to die here.
Supposed to die.
Knock is just rounding around the sarcophagus, getting over towards his axe. He's just kind of walking and chuckling as he's taking.
Wisp is kind of moving also in a direction that is... I want to triangulate the best I can because I think I might be the farthest back because I went to that back door and he came through the door that we originally went through, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I'm like, is it like corner back or is it like in the middle of the back of the room?
The door is like exact opposite of the one that you came into.
Okay. Then
So,
I
like,
want to get between and kind of like be in a very strategic position with the other two of them.
Okay.
But I want to be further back. I want to be between them, but further back. Almost, I don't want to be at the wall, but kind of in that area, because I don't want us all to be in a clump.
Okay.
But just in case something happens, I can rush in.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start moving.
There's another loud metallic clack as Kimura gets done reloading the rifle as well.
You have interrupted something that does not concern you. The doctor gave me explicit instruction that she's not to be disturbed. This is nothing personal. You are free to leave this place if you wish.
Nothing personal. And he gets over to his axe. He picks it up immediately, puts it on his shoulder. Your promise of information, and for what we needed, for what we gave you, did not come to our reality. You, and he points his finger, you deceived us and tried to have us killed. And your business, as bad as it is, got my friend killed.
I did not deceive you. I answered every question you asked. I told you this place will be your death. It seems that your bugbear friend just got a head start.
Nock gives the same look of confirmation that Kimura gave to Kimura as he walks by her and starts walking over to where Wisp is. And Wisp, you are somewhere close to it. Yes.
Yeah,
I want
I'm
it to
just
be
like
like in a
further back
general
behind
line.
y'all. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stop walking be in the same line as Kimura with my axe drawn. And that kind of give them both that same confirming look and look towards Halifax.
We asked you questions. We gave you offerings. For information, for answers, for things that we needed. You did not go ahead and give us what you offered on the other side of the bargain.
Did I not? We had a delightful conversation as we traveled down here. I told you what happened in this city. I told you what will happen in this city. Yet, I know that you have not been forthright with me. Your true purpose.
We asked you to bring us to the doctor. That's what we asked you to bring us to. And you brought us to a box full of death.
I brought you exactly where she wanted you to be.
Nock takes his axe into two hands in front of him.
This was not my doing. It was hers. I simply guided you on your way to where you wanted to go.
What did she offer you?
Nothing that you can counter-offer, I'm sure.
Answer the fucking question.
We're done with your riddles, Halifax. And I suggest you answer every question we ask very carefully. Or you're not going to be able to eat cucumbers the same way ever again.
I doubt that. By the time you get to me, Goliath, I can assure you, you'll be nothing but dust. I have no qualms against you. I simply have more that needs doing. There are matters at hand which you are beneath. I have no use for you.
DM, will it be granted telepathy to let everybody know to fuck this guy?
I shall make you a deal. I shall care for your bugbear friend and the homage. Bury them for you, and the three of you can leave.
Kimura walks over to Calder and rummages through his pack.
Okay.
Looking for a potion.
He only had one, and he drank it.
He should have had two. Because I gave him mine. I don't have any.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he has the one that he would have one that you gave him early on.
I don't think he
around
took it.
Aged. He did because Nock forced him to take it. He didn't drink it, but he took it. It's the take the damn potion.
No, that was take it as in just take possession of it.
Yeah,
right, which he had, and I want to say that was the only one, unless you gave him another one.
Because I think everyone got one, and I basically said I won't need mine, so I gave it to Calder. That's because he was insistent that I take it, and then that's why Nox shouted, "Take the damn potion."
Right. Okay.
Hence the meme.
Right. That was I only recall that one meme that he took. I don't remember him getting another one.
The one meme that he took.
Revitalizing memes should be a spell.
The best.
Should be a bard
But yeah,
spell.
if you're sure that he got another one other than the one where that came from, then I'll say you can find it. But I personally don't recall him taking another one. I only had one on his character sheet.
I mean, DM rolling. If you don't think it's there, then it's not there. Because my memory's not that great. That's for damn sure.
I mean, I'll say like for this time, I'll say he has it. I guess.
Okay. All right. In that case, I will administer it. But I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I'm just gonna do it whilst Halifax is monologuing.
Right. He notices, but he doesn't seem to care. You can go ahead and roll a 2d4 plus. Is it 2d4 plus 4?
4? Yeah. Okay, let me roll that. 2d4s plus the 4s.
2d4 plus 2. Sorry.
Oh, okay. -2 from that then.
Yeah.
8.
So 8. Okay.
Do we have a deal?
Nock looks back at Kimura. And the eyes that he kind of conveys in the face. It's that of give and go, because he's not tolerating this. There's those eyes of confirmation where it's like it's quick. Went back to the target.
As Nock does look at Kimura, Kimura does look down at Calder, as if to say, we ain't in the best position.
Okay. I need everybody to roll me an insight check.
I love insight. Stop telling me lies.
What do your senses see? 16.
Oh. I knew that tramp was going to give me crabs in that inn.
Oh my god. Let's see. Nock, as you're talking and paying attention to Halifax, you just get this nagging feeling that he wants you to leave. He's trying to get you out of where you're at.
All right. Knock backs up like 6 or 7 steps and be a little bit more of like a whisper earshot of everybody.
We can't leave, he says to the group. He wants us gone. He's hiding something here.
Knock starts looking around the room. How many sarcophaguses are in the room?
15.
Why is he giving us a way out? There's someone who trapped us down here with a bunch of undead. Why now?
Perhaps he's threatened.
Maybe we're close.
We came all the way down here and let one man die and another almost on the way to sending a spirit to the great realm. You want to leave? Was there blood shed today? That's for naught. I understand, Captain. Sometimes it's better not to fight. But warriors deserve better than these two did. And they were warriors. And that man, that thing, robbed him of that glory.
Why are you trying to convince me? What does it matter?
Knock kind of looks like a smile.
That is Kimura's way of saying whatever.
Whatever, dog. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you,
Liz
boo-boo?
just kind of like looks between the both of you and Calder, and then just kind of like nods. Doesn't say much. Doesn't say anything. Just nods.
Is there? I have a question. Actually, more or less, can I make a spot check, or Susan would be spotting? This is not 3.5. If I want to look over in the general direction of the sarcophagus to which I sliced, I broke when I had sliced a skeleton. Is there anything inside of those sarcophaguses? Like, I see that.
There's the zombies and the skeletons that you fought like came out of these sarcophaguses. So they're like broken and whatnot. As you kind of like peer over, you're not seeing anything other than like tattered cloth and dust and stone and things like that.
All right. I just wanted to see if they using any of these sarcophaguses as like, some sort of lich battery, but we're gonna 86 that.
Can I look around the room to see if there's any patterns, any kind of like between the ones that the skeletons and everything came out of? Is there like a pattern of like anything weird about that? Like, she's looking for patterns specifically.
You're not seeing any like rhyme or like, I mean, they're all kind of in order and whatnot.
Yeah, she's
but
just
you're not...
thinking if there's like stones, like colored stones, shapes, like she's just trying to make sense to see if there's like something that we're missing.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. You're kind of looking around. And your eyes just turn and focus on the opposite door, where there's the dust and stone broken around it. And Halifax says,
What is your answer.
As he kind of brings up his hand, and you see the two tomes kind of circle and present themselves in front of him. One of them opens up.
Very quickly, did Calder react to the administration of the potion?
Did you give him a potion? I thought you took the potion. You didn't say you gave it to him.
I wanted to administer it to him.
Oh, I thought you would. I didn't hear that you administered it to him. I thought you administered it to yourself.
No, God, no.
Oh, yeah. If you would have done that, hold on 1 second.
I want to, as I do it, I'm going to hold my hand over his mouth and just kind of turn to Knock, and I just say, or the other two, and just say, it's not working. I think we're too late. And then I look down at Calder.
Roll a deception check, because as you pour the potion down, like his body like jolts, and you have to like hold him because he like, and, you know, you have to like cover his mouth. So go ahead and roll me a deception check.
13.
13.
So, the Ramage lives.
He just kind of, unfortunately, Calder kind of jolted a little too much at the administration of this health potion, and is all of a sudden brought back from death or whatever, wherever he was, and it's just like, you know.
Kimura feigns a sigh. Not feigns, stifles. She stifles a sigh.
Nock looks to him and says, "Not the right one, but it'll do." Looks back to Halifax.
While this is going on, Wisp kind of tries to get towards that back door. And I just want to try to search it. I want to try to see if there's something I'm missing, or like where that stone and that dust came from. I'm just kind of like looking everywhere. I'm like touching as much as I can while this is going on.
Okay. You take a step through Kimura and Nock as you see Wisp go back towards that other door, that other entryway. Halifax takes a step into the room, past the threshold of the door. Wisp, roll another investigation check.
Okay. 18.
You're looking at the door. Part of one of the doors is just so slightly off, where it's not like flush with the two doors aren't flush with each other. And as you look in the top right, you see something etched into the door itself.
Read it.
It doesn't say anything.
What does it look like? What does it look like? What does it look like?
Yeah. Context, please.
Okay.
What you see is an intricate, as intricate as like a carving, like it looks like it was quickly done, a carving. It looks like a web. And in the center of the web, you see a circular, like a large circle with 3 or 4 circles kind of lined within it. And then 8 lines kind of extending from the that circle onto the kind of the webbing of this etching.
Okay. Okay.
I can
Sorry,
draw
that's
it
like
in
the-
pain at some point.
No, that's okay. I just scribbled all of that into my notes. I love it.
I love doing some
okay.
Microsoft Paint.
Would I know what that means? Would I know in any of my monkish past? Would I know what that means?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay, so I will roll twice, take the lower.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
5. You've never seen this symbol before.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. She gets it in just burns it into her brain. And she's going to. You said there's a crack in the door, right?
Yeah. So where the seam where the two like slabs of stone would open, it's like off center. So like one looks like it's more.
Okay. Can I see, or is there anything through there that I can see very quickly? Is it that kind of like far?
It's pretty. It's not enough, but you feel a very, very slight draft.
I don't know if I can do this then. Let me check real quick.
As you do this, Halifax turns and says,
The boy, then. Take your bugbear friend and leave.
As he says that, I'm gonna burn. Oh shit. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I'm gonna burn my last key point that I have and do flurry of blows and try my best to just punch at this crevice as hard as I possibly can over and over again.
You punch that crevice.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch that crevice. Really
okay.
Yeah. It's a Hail Mary. She doesn't know what else to do right now.
Go ahead and roll your 3 attacks. As you do this,
Okay. I'm gonna just do them real quick.
You'll do this real quick, and then.
Okay, so 23, 20, and 16.
Go ahead and roll damage.
So 6, 8, 2 crits.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. She's basically like what it looks like in this moment. She kind of sees the crevice. She feels the breeze, and that kind of just gives her this moment of like power, and she just like starts punching as hard as she possibly can and just hopes that that's enough.
You start punching, and you feel the cracking of your knuckles as you might feel like you might have broken, but you still keep punching, and the stone begins to crumble. And at that point, Halifax steps in and says,
You will not leave this place.
I need you all to roll initiative.
I'm so sorry.
Hey,
the guy's got to think about doors. You can't be punching fucking doors. He's like, hey, I built that yesterday.
I'm just gonna note, by the way, this is episode 13. 13.
It is.
Wow, it's a roll with the fail.
Who be trying dumb shit on episode 13?
Me.
Damn it!
Damn it! Wow. Get us out of here! I was trying to get us out of here.
No, that's fair. I'm okay with this.
I hope he's afraid of spiders or something, and there's like a big spider beyond the door.
And this is how
Oh
the
my God, a
TPK
wisp.
happens. This is
I'm feeling it. That tiny breath of air that came through, invigorated my soul. Gave me hope.
Okay, we are back on the battle map that we were just at. As let's see, descending order. Let me make sure I got everything right. 24, 17 for Kimura, 4 for Nock. Okay, Wisp, you are up next. You're muted.
I'm the absolute farthest from anything, so I'm just gonna turn and I'm gonna take 2 unarmed strikes once again at those doors. I'm just
Okay.
gonna keep going.
Go
Or actually,
ahead.
I'm gonna switch because now I see that like my knuckles are starting to get like really kind of like jacked up. I'm gonna switch and just kind of like boot kick it, like a hefty chest kick.
Okay. Yeah.
17
Go ahead and roll. Okay.
and 18.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Another crit and a crit fail.
Okay.
So
So
8 and
you've
5.
done 8 and 5. So 13 plus. Okay.
Nope. That's
There's a little bit of a, like, the stone's thick, but it seems for some reason it's decently brittle. But just through sheer force of will, you're literally punching through solid stone, and it's starting to crumble a little bit. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what everyone else is doing at the moment. I'm going to, seeing as that's probably not the best unless I get some help. Let's actually move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, I'll move right in between these just so I get a better view of where everyone else is.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, Kimura, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Okay, I turn to I literally turn to Calder, and regardless of whether he's still laying down, sat up, whatever, I literally look at him and say, "You stay out of sight and do nothing stupid."
Right. Okay. And
Lest
he,
you want
cowers.
this place to be your literal tomb. And Kimura is gonna pull back. And she's gonna run back to here. Actually, technically here, I guess.
Okay.
And basically she's gonna crouch behind. She's gonna crouch behind the sarcophagus. I could say that word, sarcophagus. And she's gonna
Sarcophagus.
She's sarcophagus. Is that right?
No,
Yeah.
you got sarcophagus. I thought it just sounded like suck for a second. I was like sarcophagus.
Suck off, I guess.
Sarcophagus.
And she's gonna lay the rifle down on the sarcophagus, and and she's going to basically use it as cover and a stabilizer. And
Okay.
Has he done anything hostile yet?
Other than what he said, no.
I'm gonna
But you
hold
see, all of a sudden, the whatever book that is open begins, like, without him touching it, begins flipping, almost like it's searching for a certain page.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I blow his fucking brains out.
Are you gonna
Okay.
read during a battle?
Go ahead and
Readings for
roll
nerds. I
an
kill
attack.
nerds. I'm going to use another grit shot, so I'm going to use a grit shot to give myself. I'm not going to do advantage. I'm going to expend it to give myself a dazing shot, which gives him disadvantage on all of their attacks until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
I'm going to use sharpshooter rules. So, wish me some motherfucking luck. Okay, so, Valoon, guide me. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Does a 15 hit?
Let me refresh my page real quick. Sorry. It was being really slow for me. It does, but all of a sudden, as you take the shot, you see he like brings his hand and he casts shield and deflects the shot.
Okay, she literally screams, "Fucking spellcasters!" Yeah.
Okay. It is Halifax's turn.
Bring it on, nerd. We kill nerds. It's our slogan.
Oh, and she ducks. She basically pulls the rifle up and ducks back behind the sarcophagus. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see.
Of course he has shield. Of course he does.
You see him kind of glare as he begins to move forward. And you see him close the book, and then a wave of some sort of energy just expands. You can't really see it, but more that you can feel it. I need Calder and Knock to make an intelligence saving throw.
No, yeah, ask a barbarian for an intelligence saving. Hey, let's go.
Oh
So those are both failures.
Where?
You
Meh.
take 15 points of psychic damage as
Holy
all of a sudden
Jesus.
you just sit there and you can't move, and you are stunned. Calder goes down.
Oh,
And then
man,
again he says,
Enough of this.
and that is his turn. Knock, you are up.
all right, I'm stunned. How does one get out of being stunned?
So you are stunned for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. Stunned means you are incapacitated, you can't move, and can barely speak. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and your attack rolls against you have advantage. So you can make another intelligence saving throw to try to shun this stun.
Shun.
Shun the stun.
You couldn't help yourself, and I love you for it.
Unfortunately, a 6 is a fail. You're like almost frozen. Like you just can't get a good thought through your head.
Can I attack at all? Like it's standing in one place? No. Okay, so I want to make sure
you can't move
I'm
or
like,
anything.
And my turn. DM, my turn.
All right. Calder needs to roll a death saving throw.
Here we go again.
He rolls a natural 20. All of a sudden, Calder gets blasted back and just collapses on the ground. But all of a sudden, you see his amulet shake for the first time, and it kind of rises and almost pulls him up. He's like,
oh, jeez.
And he just kind of holds himself. He's got 1 HP. But that is his turn. Wisp, you are up next.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay right there, and I will hold an action if he gets close.
Okay. I will say, like you were putting a dent in this door, in this stone door. You were putting dents
well then
into
screw it, because there's nothing
so.
else that I can do. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna kick twice more. I'm actually gonna. Okay, is it possible? Will I reach if I like brace my arms against the sarcophagus behind me and use that as like leverage and kick? Do I have enough length?
I would say you do. Yeah, it's close enough.
I will do that.
Go ahead and it would be an athletics check.
Cool. To kick the door, do you still want me to do an athletics check?
Are you sorry? Oh, are you
I'm just bracing. Yeah, I'm just bracing my back against it so I can like use it to like have more of an effective kick.
Yeah. Sorry. So that would be an attack roll, and I'll give you advantage on that.
Oh, okay. Dope.
Okay, 24. Go ahead and roll damage.
24. That's crit.
Okay. So you kick, and there's a slight crumbling, and you put like I don't want to say like a hole in the door, but like a good chunk falls in. Like you can fit your foot through now.
Dope. Okay. And I kicked
holding.
it. I kicked it again because I have another one, and I got a 23. That one I crit fail. Wow. I either crit good or I crit bad. I don't get anything in between. But that's another 5 points of damage. As like now that my foot gets in it, maybe like. Is it foot sized?
Yes, it is. Like like I said, you can fit your foot through it.
Okay.
Pretty well.
That's my for my movement, if it knocks me prone, that's fine. But I want to look into it. I want to get down and look into it real quick.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
No.
All you see is darkness.
No.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
All you see is darkness.
Well then, I will just get back up, and I will scream. Nope, I'm not gonna scream. Wisp wouldn't do that. I don't even think she's ever done that. Ever.
I'm gonna say, can she?
She's never done that. She'll just let it be for right now. She'll just kind of keep an eye on everything. But
Okay.
I'll just stay there. I'll stay there.
All right, Kimura, you are up next. And as I'll just say, as you kick and put like a decent chunk, take a decent chunk out of this door, you hear Halifax go, "No!" And he just kind of, there's just like this wave of energy that kind of like emanates, and just for flavor, he begins to levitate off the ground, and all of a sudden the book can like again, like whips open.
Flavor.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Because he can cast levitate at will. It's flavor. Kimura.
Kimura's gonna break cover and basically navigate to the basically the big sarcophagus next to Wisp, and she's gonna duck behind that. Obviously, when she ducked back down, she could see Wisp doing this. So she's basically sprinted it across, slid back behind that sarcophagus.
You can just say coffin.
Coffin.
You can just say coffin. don't make it harder for yourself.
What's the throat one? Esophagus.
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 That's what I'm getting confused with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ducked behind the coffin. And I basically I peek back over to see what the Alhoon is doing, and then I say to Wisp, noticing there's a hole in there. What's in there?
I can't see. I don't have dark vision.
Move over. And
she just like willingly gets out of the way.
Kimura's gonna like try and with a foothold. Is it high? Did you high kick that shit, or did you low kick that? Did you?
I was like doing chest kicks, so you can. It's like you can peer into it. You don't have to like get down low.
I'm gonna try and keep myself covered whilst looking through this thing. I have the dank vision.
The dank vision.
Yeah.
You see a dark, 10-foot wide kind of entryway that begins to descend deeper down into darkness.
She just pulls her head away and just goes, "It goes down. It goes down."
What does that mean?
It means it doesn't go up.
What the hell is that damn door doing to us?
She pushes herself back off the rest of this door to bring her back against the coffin again, and just literally reloads the rifle and just starts like hastily reloading this thing, and that's basically her turn, because it's an action to reload.
Right. It is Halifax's turn once again. You see the pages flip, and all of a sudden there's kind of like an audible like stopping, like as the pages stop and kind of hit against the other pages. And he is going to make a scorching ray attack. Let's see. One of them is going to be against Knock, which will be at advantage because you are stunned. That's a 14 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So you take 8 points of fire damage. One attack will go to Wisp, and one will go to Kimura. He's trying to stop you from getting through there. That's a natural 1 on the first against Wisp, and then another natural 1 against Kimura. No fucking joke. He rolled 2 natural 1s in a row. Wow. You guys kind of see this in time and duck, and it like just the scorching fire damage just splashes against the stone wall, bringing even a little bit more of the pieces for you, almost enough where you can almost think you can get through, but the heat kind of hits you and you kind of like are able to get away from it. He's gonna begin 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You see him levitate up and begin making his way towards the fountain. Knock, it is your turn. You can go ahead and repeat that saving throw, my friend, at the end of your turn. There's not much you can do.
Yes, how much I can do it? Then my turn. Let's see if we can do it. Beep.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of hit your head, and you.
You damn tentacle bastard!
It's fucking freaking out.
Yeah, and you're not able to move
Yeah,
on your turn, but you are now free of this
He's so close to me.
Tackle him.
That feels
Hug him and crush his body slowly.
Indeed.
all right. It's
Hug him
Calder's
to death.
turn.
Kill him with kindness.
And Calder would have to. So actually, he would have to use half his movement to get up. And he's going to take 15 steps, 15 feet back. And Calder is going to, as he kind of like scrambles onto his feet as he sees Halifax coming towards him, and is going to cast an Eldritch Blast at him, which is a 24 to hit, actually, for 3 dank damage.
What's up with Calder's damage today, man? A 2 and a 3?
He has not been rolling that well. But you see the force kind of hit, and it kind of knocks Halifax back for a second. But that is Calder's turn. That's all he can do. Wisp, you're up next.
Okay. Shit. I am. See, shit. I'm just gonna hold to see if he gets close. There's really not much I can do, especially if the hole is big enough where we can get through. You said yes, or if one nice hefty heave by our good friend Knock, it could bust a hole large enough for us to get through.
You think like a couple more good hits or a solid Goliath to it would probably bring it down.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay there and just hold an attack. I'll hold it. Wait, how far? God damn it! Nope, I'm just gonna hold an attack. I'll hold a dart for him to get within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
I don't know if I can ask this mechanic outside of character, but does Knock? Does your charge ability count as an action?
It's a bonus action. An action in combat, yes.
Okay. Can Kimura call out to him? I know I've spoken a lot out of turn this round, so I'll let him.
To give direction, I'd say it would have to be on your turn.
Well, it is her turn next because I'm done.
Right. Okay.
So
if you're
I'm just
done
gonna
with your
hold
turn?
an action because like I don't want to
Okay.
leave the door just in case like some shit gets real bad. And there's not much I can do. I'm not gonna run up to him. There's no way I can't do anything.
Okay, in that case,
Yeah, that's your turn.
she's gonna call out to Knock. She's gonna put the rifle back down on top of the coffin to take another shot. But she's gonna go Knock, and she's gonna point back at the door and just go smash. And then she's gonna take another shot at Senior Deputy Alhoon.
No.
Sorry. And I'm going to use my last grip point.
Okay.
It's Deputy Marshal Alhoon. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a shot and a half. I'm gonna use
What are you gonna use?
I don't know, I forgot what it's called. It's the one that gives me advantage. I'm gonna use advantage, but I'm gonna use sharpshooter rules again, but I'm gonna give myself advantage.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, that's
Go
what I
ahead and
was
roll your attack.
trying to say. Oh God, praise me, please. No. 15.
15 does hit.
But okay. So I hit him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. Now roll the damage. Ugh.
Like you threw the dice like a shot put throw.
The reason I just made that noise is because it cheated on the edge between 1 and 12 and then landed on 1. Yeah, that is, so that is...
22?
22, yeah.
Okay. As you shoot, you hit him in the chest, and it seems like it hardly did. It did nothing. It did not stop him. It did not make him falter. It hits, and he doesn't even... He looks down, looks at you, and chuckles. It seems like your weapon had absolutely no effect.
It's one of those guys, hey.
Yes.
Kimura just remarks to herself, oh, I forgot I'm using my tickle bullets. And she looks at Nock very expectantly, like, fucking hurry up! Because I'm now out of what is the equivalent of my character class's key points as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna die!
Okay, so it is Halifax's turn again, and he kind of looks and he says,
Fine. I shall take the boy.
And you see the pages flip, and he brings his hand and does like kind of like a sweeping motion up, and all of a sudden you see these dark ebony tentacles reach out over Calder and then swing down on him as he casts a spell. Calder needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, man. Come in.
Come in.
That's 18. That
my boy
just beats his. It just beats. So he's not restrained as some of the tentacles wrap around his legs. He's able to move out of the way, but he does unfortunately take. It'd be 6 reduced to 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and he's knocked unconscious again.
Yep, that
because
was
he only had one. He had 1 HP.
He was like, "What?"
So Calder is unconscious. And 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna stop right there in front of Calder. Nock, it is your turn. You do see Halifax as he comes closer towards Calder, and these tentacles, these large ebony tentacles, are trying to wrap Calder up and crush him.
Nock takes off heading towards Kimura, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Could I move the extra 10 feet and then still use Charger to get to the door?
How far away are you?
They say I need 10 feet of space moving a straight direction to.
So you'd have to move. There's not really a straight path because there's the sarcophagus in front of it.
Right.
But you wouldn't be able to run straight into the door where it's at.
Okay. All right. Can I get to the door though?
You would just be just barely.
Okay. All right. Nock starts running around, and as he's moving, he kind of makes eyes with Calder as he's like fighting away the tentacles and whatnot, as he's writhing through it, but like he makes eye contact with him as he is running by, and Nock's eyes look to him.
To who?
Immediately to Calder. They look to Calder.
Calder's unconscious.
Oh, he's unconscious. As I look to Calder as he's unconscious and the tentacles writhing around him, Nock still runs right past him.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot square. So before you do it, let's see, 5, 10. So it would be about this big. Oh Jesus, that is the worst color to make that. I believe that's correct. So it's centered on Calder, so it's like right here, I'd say. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So you could either, where were you?
Yeah, I was right here, so I could either run around it or
Right. So
right there.
you can run around it and get to right. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could get right here next. You wouldn't be able to, you would just, yeah, you could go around it if you wanted to, unless you wanted to run right through
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm
Okay.
gonna go right around it.
All right.
And yeah, and like I said, same thing. Make that eye contact and make my way around, acknowledging his struggle.
Okay, perfect. It is.
Well, actually, but hold on, DM. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Yep.
end my turn.
You're good.
Could I shoot a firebolt at the door?
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you could do that. It'd be a D20 plus your charisma modifier.
That'd be a 19.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a D10.
That would be an 8.
So you blast this stone door with fire pretty close to it, and you're able to put a lot of force into it, and it crumbles enough. Either Kimura or Wisp, you're both pretty small. You think you could probably get through it now. It would be tough, so it's like difficult terrain, but you could probably squeeze through the door as far as how much it's broken. Is that your turn, Knock?
That would be the end of my turn, DM.
Okay. So it is Calder's turn. He is unconscious. If he starts his turn in the spell, he needs to succeed on another dexterity saving throw, but he is unconscious, so he automatically fails dexterity saving throws. And all of a sudden, he's going to take the full brunt of this damage. So he takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage, which is 2 automatic fails. And the tentacles wrap and hold him into place. That's all Calder can do on his turn. Wisp, you are next.
I look beyond the chaos of the inky black mess, beyond the fuckhead mind flayer. I look at the body of water leaned up against the fountain. Wisp is not good with emotion. She doesn't understand it. But there's something that bothers her. And she's going to turn around and try and squeeze through the wall, nonetheless.
Okay. I would say you don't need to make a check for it. You're able to. It would take like 10 feet of movement, essentially, but you're able to squeeze through. You get a couple scrapes and cuts as you kind of are crawling past broken stone, but you are able to make it through and move you off the map. Kimura.
Kimura is going to... Oh, shit. I can't withhold movement. Kimura is going to be ushering Nock toward, much like she did back then when they were being attacked by the crows. All that time ago, or at least it feels like all that time ago. But she is also going to try and get through as well. But it's taking every fiber in her body to leave the situation behind. Like, you can tell, like, as she's doing it, she can't, like, she can't not look back. She can't just dive through that hole without looking.
Yeah, and you see Vader's body still holding his holy symbol, leaned up against the fountain, and you look at these large tentacles that are just, you can't even like really see Calder at this point because your vision is obscured by these tentacles, but you know he's there.
She does, as she get through, she does lift up a pistol to take a shot.
Okay,
And
I'd say you can take a shot.
she almost doesn't take it, but she's going to take it. She almost doesn't. She almost just gets through it.
Are you reaching like back out through and shooting, or are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh my god. 19.
19 hits.
Okay. I am exhausted. That'll be 17.
17. You see the bullet whip through the tentacles as they're moving, and it hits square in the head, Halifax.
God.
And there's like a little bit of a force, and he just brings his head back. Seemingly no effect. He is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Bitch, all my shit is magical. No, I'm joking. I need magic bullets! She doesn't know this, though.
And you have to withdraw as you take your shot to reload or whatever. You see the tentacles disappear into this kind of black liquid mass on the ground as Halifax steps over and just looks at Calder, and he begins to pick him up, brings him close, and all of a sudden the last thing that you see, Kimura, are his tentacles open like this, and then you don't see anything. Knock, it is your turn.
DM, what do I see that tentacle bitch do? Excuse me.
To
my boy's face?
you look and you see, obviously you still see Vodder there, but you see the tentacles kind of coalesce into the ground, but you see Halifax as he grabs Calder by the shoulders and brings him close to him, and you see his mouth open up, and you can see a beak in there, and it begins to open.
This is a call, y'all. Is this hole inside the doorway knock size?
No.
Or do I have to hit it one more time?
You probably have to hit it one more time.
I want to turn around and look towards Halifax and try to shoot a fireball at his head.
Okay.
To interrupt his feasting on man flesh.
Do not you taste man flesh?
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 plus your charisma modifier. So d20 plus 1.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
I'm sorry. There's so many great lines from that fucking movie.
Brains are back on the menu.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I will. Hold on.
You know what goes really well with brains?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
Ah.
Today is a good day for Knocky Knock, who's not a dexterity guy at all.
Go ahead and
Nice.
roll a d10 plus 10.
Excuse me. That'd be an 18, sir.
18.
Nice.
So you hit him in the face, like right in the mouth, and you hear the as like kind of this fire kind of engulfs his mouth and just kind of begins to burn, and he kind of like flails about a little bit, and you can see his tentacles kind of like flying and kind of like go a little bit rigid.
But does he release Calder?
Maybe for a moment,
Back.
but it doesn't affect him that much.
All right. Not sure if it's a bonus action. Can I enter another rage? A frenzy rage at the beginning of my turn. I think it's the beginning of my turn, right?
I think it's just a bonus action to go into a rage.
We're gonna go into a frenzied rage after shooting the blast time. So it's kind of like he takes the fire and he shoots it at him and whatnot. And he just shoots this giant fucking blast and ends into that rage. Of course, no fire damage added on to that and whatnot, but yes. DM my turn.
Okay. It would be Calder's turn, and he needs to make another death saving throw, technically. Knock, roll an intelligence check for me really quick.
I don't like
no one
that
else can see what's
request.
going on, but
Oh boy. Meh.
do you see not that he wasn't going, not that he was like limp before, but you see Calder kind of just like his head kind of just drop. Kimura and Wisp, you are through technically. Wisp, are you doing anything?
No, I can't see anything, so I'm kind of waiting right into the threshold, kind of just like propped up against the wall, peeking out when I can.
Okay. You do see the kind of the fire kind of hit Halifax, but you're not able to see much else. Kimura, are you doing anything?
Is it back around to my turn already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Kimura has no idea that these shots aren't doing anything. She's going to take another shot from the hole until Nock gets in.
I mean, it's probably pretty easy for you to tell that they're not doing much. I'll just say that. Like, after, several shots, you can tell it's not hindering Halifax at all.
Okay, she's just gonna call out for Nock then to move to haul ass.
Okay.
And she's actually, how far down does this thing go? Can I see down it?
How far is your dark vision?
I think it's 60 feet.
I'd say it goes about 30 or 40 feet before it kind of turns out of your vision.
Okay, I'm gonna get down, because I've got the movement for it. I'm gonna get down to the bottom and peek the corners. Okay,
perfect. So you begin doing that. I'm gonna say for the sake of this that you're out of combat now. Since you're so far away. So there's that.
Okay.
It is Halifax's turn, and Nock, you see with a hint of malice, you see Halifax's red eyes as they look at you, as he grabs Calder again in his limp body, and all of a sudden there's a and then a sickening sort of noise. Halifax does not take his eyes off you the whole time. And then he drops Calder's body, and you can see a circular shaped hole in the back of his skull. And then he kind of brings himself up, wipes away whatever blood or, brains that were left over. It just kind of wipes his tentacles clean. It is your turn.
I full skill yeet myself through that door. No, so Nock sees him and makes eye contact with him. Nock does not let his gaze go out of the eyes of Halifax as he watches him ingest the essence of Mr. Calder. Watching his limp body hit the ground. He looks over to Vodder. Looks back quickly towards Halifax. And turns to the door, and I know that I'm not 10 feet away from it, but I want to do my best to make a strength check, or all might check, all the might in the world. I want to throw my body into whatever hole, or how big that hole may be, just if I can get myself through it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. You might have advantage on athletics check if you're raging.
I am quite literally am raging.
Let me double check.
Yeah, you gain advantage to strength checks +2.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll advantage.
Holy shite. +2. More on top of that. 25.
Okay. Go ahead and roll one more because you have advantage. So you roll twice and take the higher. Okay, 23. So you just kind of with this anger filled, you just push through right where Wisp and Kimura had crawled through, and you just blast through that side of the door, and it just takes the door with you, sends the door flying. Wisp and Kimura, you have to duck as you hear this crashing as this door kind of goes flying past you and hits the wall behind. And the last thing you see as you guys continue down is the visage of Halifax as he begins making his way towards Vodder's body. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
So, you remember that burial that I promised you?
Fucking age.
Guy fucking cracks into eggs, like people heads into like their eggs, and then sucks their fucking egg whites out. My God.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh boy.
I'm
Oh
exhausted.
boy.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight for a very, very fitting 13th episode, I'd say.
Yeah. No diggity, no doubt.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us each and every week. Justin, thank you so much for hanging out in chat. We missed you here tonight, but we'll see what the future has to hold for you, my dear friend. Let's go around and I'm sorry, I'm like lost for words a little bit. Let's go around and let us know who you are, what you're going to be up to this week. Ray, let's start with you.
Oh, hey, I'm Ray, or with a brick everywhere on the interwebs. When I'm not being a sad girl here on Thursdays, I'm over on my own channel whenever I decide to stream. I'm slowly getting back into RP stuff, so that's to come. I debuted a little bit of a project I'm working on earlier today as well. So I'll be doing more collaborative work, stuff like that. Just stay tuned. If you like any of that, go follow me. Damn, man.
Hell yeah. Or not.
I love it. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want you to take it in a poor way at all, Lacuna, but this is the most devastated I have ever felt after a session.
Aww.
In the best way. Like, I'm just like, I love that loss because it's so much character growth for everybody, and it's like it was big. This is big. Like, this was a really big thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for what that brings, but wow, that's just like, it was so real. It was so raw. It was good. Thank you. Honestly, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Isla, where can we find you? What are you up to this week?
Yo, I'm gonna be attending some character funerals this week. It's gonna be a heavy week. I'm gonna wear a lot of black, a lot of crying. No, fucking hell, can I follow that up? I've never experienced 2 party deaths in a row before, so that's something. And yeah, Calder's not PC, but felt like it. So thanks for that. So yeah, my name is Isla, but on the internet I'm called Fenixova or Fen. I go by that tag pretty much everywhere, so you can find it there. I am not really doing much RP other than here at the moment. So, if you do want to catch me, come into my channel because I'm going to stream something a little bit different, and potentially tomorrow night actually. A game just came out, if you were here at the beginning, called The Ascent, which is like Diablo mixed with Cyberpunk. And I'm vibing with it at the moment. So, come and watch me cry on stream whilst I play that. Yeah. No, it'll be much more happier vibes. Actually, probably me screaming because it's a completely different game format. It's called Twin Stick. It's like an ARPG. Never played those games before, so I find them quite difficult. So watch me scream. Enjoy. Rolling on.
Moving on, hell yeah. Derek, where can we find you, my friend?
Yo, my name is Derek. You can find me on atop Derek Mountain at any handle on any social medias and or Twitch and or video content creation service. What we have coming on the pipeline, the month of August is fully planned with a bunch of shit. We have art, sculpting, cosplay, and a bunch of video gaming. I mean, we're hopefully getting into the Back for Blood beta that comes out in the next week, which is gonna be awesome. Can't wait for that. It's a new Left 4 Dead that's pretty much coming out. Overall, a lot of fun stuff planned for the future. And thank you, Lacuna, very much for that, for the reckless emotional devastation to which you have caused today. It is not only 10 times appreciated, but at the exact same time, what a goddamn way to push a story. What a fucking way to push a story. Well played. Well done. Calder, Vodder, Doc, when you bought to that character, there will be a little nuances of that wonderful, maybe we should go ahead and do this. Oh, maybe we shouldn't. I'm going to miss the fuck out of that. It didn't even get a chance to get mean before it died. I'm done.
All right. Well, I am Looking RP. You can call me Cole. That's my actual name. You can find me at Looking RP on Twitter and Twitch when I stream, which is hardly ever. You can find me here on InfiniteRP on Thursdays, obviously, and then on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern when I prep for this lovely campaign. We have a lot to talk about on Tuesday, so if you're interested in maybe some behind the scenes, behind the screen type stuff, come hang out and we'll talk about it. I'm also going to plug our new show, Flames of Freedom, Boston Besieged, which is on Mondays, same time as Vedranis, so that would be 8 p.m. Eastern, run by the wonderful Doc Rimbo, Justin, who is not Vodder anymore, but we love him, and he is a phenomenal DM. We have a phenomenal cast. Please go check it out. Give those guys some love when we air that show. And yeah, we just appreciate you guys every week tuning in. We love you, and yeah, stay tuned after the credits. We're going to be rating Wandering DM, give them some love and some hearts and all that stuff, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.